Hi, welcome to Dance Brain, where we talk about the beauty of partner dancing. And today I'm here with Jules. Hello, Jules.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
So, Jules, tell us about how you first got started dancing.
Like the very beginning or partner dancing, what?
The very beginning and then transitioning to partner dancing.
So when I was in my mom's womb, I'm just kidding. No, we won't go back that far. But as far as dancing, as far as I can remember, like one of my earliest memories of just dancing was along to the soundtrack of Phantom of the Opera. My dad would play on his record player, and me and my siblings would just dance around, jumping off the couch. And I remember very vividly, just every time we would jump off the couch, the needle would jump. That's probably my earliest memory of dancing. Mm-hmm. But as far as any sort of structured dancing, at the very beginning, I did some contra dancing, square dancing, when I was very little. At our church, we had like a big yearly festival where they would hire a contra band and we would dance, and it was just the best thing. It was like the highlight of my year, you know. And then probably when I was about 12, I started Irish step dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And from there, I guess around the same time, my older brothers started swing dancing, and they were all very into all of the aerials and lifts and tricks and dips and stuff. And I was small, so it was very easy to use me as practice. Yeah. So that was just a blast. And I got to go to my first social dance when I was 13. Mm-hmm. And I've always, since then, just loved partner dancing. Mm-hmm. And then my brothers went away to college, didn't dance as much, did some like theater, some casual dancing just through that. But then when my brother Michael moved back from college, he was like, "Hey, Julia, I'm gonna try out this Lindy Hop class. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" So hard. It took me quite a while to learn the swing out, but again, it was just so much fun. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the next class. And so from that venue, they had an advertisement for, like, they were promoting their ballroom side of the scene. And they were like, come to another event on another day, free ballroom workshop, free social. And from there, I was like, okay, this is my style, right? I loved ballroom dancing. So much fun. Mm-hmm. Shortly after that, I had a couple of friends convince me to go to fusion dancing, which at the time was transitioning into, like, from blues to fusion. I knew a little bit of blues from my oldest brother. He actually met his wife through blues. But none of my siblings were going to, like, the fusion scene, so I was more apprehensive. But they convinced me to go. I was like, okay, I'll go, I'll watch. I don't know if I'll dance. It's very, very different from what I've done before. And I watched for probably, a couple hours, or like an hour and a half. Last half hour, I was like, okay, got the confidence to start dancing it, and I was like, wait, I should have been dancing all night. This is the absolute best. And I stuck with fusion and never left.
Awesome.
That's kind of, yeah.
Let's go back to when you first started dancing and line dancing. What made you so excited about it?
I think just, I was excited to be out and, like, hang out with a bunch of people. Everyone was older than me, and I thought I was so cool for hanging out with, my older siblings. And, because they were all, at that point I was little, probably like 7, and, they were all teenagers, and just, like, it was just fun to be out. Like, I was homeschooled, so, it was just fun to have such a lively environment. Everyone was really friendly, and yeah, just the movement to the music, and just, yeah, the socialization aspect was
All the all
so
the,
fun. Yeah.
yeah. And then when you first transitioned to partner dancing, how did that change your perception of dance in general?
It's a good question.
Did you
It-
were you
yeah.
scared of partner dancing? Was it easy for you to transition to dancing with a person?
Yes and no. I feel like as a follow, it was, well, there are challenges, of course, and there are also things that make it a little bit easier. And I think just having a partner took a lot of pressure off, to where I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this together. It's not like a spotlight, like I'm not the only one. Like I have a buddy, right? And because I feel like I've always been kind of just aware of perception, we're being perceived, right? So I love the spotlight, but I also am terrified of it. So if I have a partner in that, it makes it a lot more comfortable, right? Yeah. So that aspect was great, because it gave me a lot more confidence. But then the challenging part of it was back leading. I definitely struggled with back leading a lot when I first started to learn how to dance, especially if I knew the steps and my partner didn't. And I think, honestly, through Fusion has taught me the conversational aspect of partner dancing, of the listening, rather than, these are the steps, so we're doing the steps. It's like, no, you gotta receive what your partner is telling you, right? So, and communicate that. And so that was a big learning curve for me, as far as that goes. But yeah, the transition from this is a performance to this is a conversation, I think, is the biggest distinction there.
Yeah. And then when you did ballroom, was the ballroom dancing, was it social dancing or was it more performative?
So I did both. I took private lessons, group lessons, and then joined a performance team and a competition team. So but I was only in that scene for maybe like a couple years. Was transitioning into potentially doing pro-am competitions, but that never ended up happening, probably for the best. But I think once, because it all kind of blended together as far as social dancing, because I was doing Lindy Hop for a bit, that blended in with the ballroom side. And then once I found Fusion as like my home dance, I loved how non-performative and non-competitive it was. And I think I was like, wait, dancing is just fun, like it. And not that it wasn't fun before, it was always really fun. I love performing, but it just took all the pressure away. And I was like, wait, I'm just doing this for me now and not for anybody else. And yeah, it's just freeing.
Yeah, dance can be performative. You can compete and have a great time doing that, but also
Absolutely.
you can just dance for yourself or for the person in front of you and be in the moment.
Right. Exactly. And that's also the beauty of partner dancing, is that it's just like the conversation, right? With it's just, so it's for you and the other person that you're dancing with.
Yeah.
I mean, and that being said too, like, I'm aware of people watching. Like, I love it when people are watching, when I'm, having, like, doing just a partner dance. And I love watching other people dance too. I was like, I love that I get to be an observer of this conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm welcome to that conversation, but not necessarily participating, right? Not contributing.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it, where you can go to a dance social, and for that particular day, you can just be an observer the most of the time if you want to.
Right.
And not that people are there to entertain you per se, but
Right.
people are there to dance themselves. They know people are watching. They probably know who you are, and people are inspired by watching others dance.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a common way just to learn about how to dance, how to improve yourself, but also be inspired by, oh, I didn't know you can do that.
Totally. Yeah. And it's just also just sharing the beauty and art of expression, right? So, which I feel like, in my experience, when people make art simply because they love it, and, you know, like, whether it's writing songs or, you know, visual art, like, or dance, or just any sort of self-expression, I feel like the authenticity comes across really well when it's, I'm doing this for me and happy to share it with everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
You can
So-
enjoy if you want to, but also,
Exactly.
if no one's watching, I'm also okay.
Right, exactly. Of that, like, this is for me, and if other people will enjoy it, that's awesome. But I also don't need that exterior validation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
it's weird where, like, people watching is kind of encouraged when you're in a partner dance scene, because that's
Yeah.
how you learn. In other aspects of life, it's probably discouraged unless you get permission, or
Right.
or
No, exactly.
they have to kind of change their mindset if they're being watched to doing this certain thing. But for dancing, people kind of are excited when you're watching them.
Right, yeah. And I think also it's that, you know, when everyone's dancing just socially, right? It's not a performance or anything, but it's going back to that, you know, comfortability in numbers, right?
Yeah.
Versus like a solo dance or a dance like line dancing, or something that you're doing all the steps by yourself, but you're doing with a group versus just by yourself. You have that, I guess, boosting confidence because you're like, okay, we're doing this together. And then when you're doing the steps with a partner, that helps. And then when you're doing your dance while everyone else is doing their dance, it's just there's no pressure. And it's just, yeah, it's great to
Yeah,
be a
that
part of. Yeah.
makes sense. What makes a good partner dance in your mind? What elements make the dance memorable to you?
So many things, right? Like, so many things. I think the main thing that stands out for me is if it's fun, if it's clear that you're both having fun. I think, you know, if you feel comfortable and safe with the person you're dancing with and in the environment that you're dancing. Right, like those maybe don't stand out as memorable, but you're going to remember that dance as far as like, yes, I had a lot of fun here because I felt comfortable, and it's just like, I love playful dances. You know, when you can tell that they're being playful with the moves or just with the attitude, vibing with the music. Obviously, the song has a lot to do with a great dance. Yeah, just there's so many aspects. Yeah.
So playfulness is kind of your dance love language. You enjoy.
I struggle with it a little bit coming from myself. If it's, I guess, initiated from the other partner in the dance, then I'm like, okay, cool, we can play with it, or I can follow along. It's something that I strive to do more of because I think that, again, just going back to my just consciousness of being perceived, which is something that I'm working on, just not like, right, you're supposed to dance like no one's watching. But I tend to get into my own head.
Yeah.
So if someone's just being goofy and playful, then I'm like more relaxed, right? I'm like, okay, great. I can just vibe. We're just vibing to the music. We're just, you know, it's not that serious, right? So I like that element of. So as far as like love languages go, you can have your love languages that you speak versus love languages that you like to receive, right?
Yeah.
So I think that that is my favorite to receive, because then I'm like, okay, great. It just gives me permission to just be goofy, and we're just hanging out, right?
But in terms
As
of
far as,
initiating it, it's
yes,
a little bit
I,
more of a
yeah,
not struggle per se, but you're working on it.
right. My favorite compliment or like feedback to get from other dancers is you feel like a very safe person to dance with, like safe on the floor, and just like a comfortable energy. That's like my favorite compliment to receive, even off the dance floor. If people say, oh, you have a very grounding presence, like I'm very comfortable around you, that's my favorite thing to hear. So maybe that would be my primary love language if I'm like that I'm speaking. Does that make sense? Yeah. Providing comfort, yes, yes. And then, yeah, just the playful aspect is just something I love to encounter on the dance floor. Yeah.
What's your favorite part of a social dance event generally?
As far like a social event, specifically a dance social event, usually the music. Obviously, it depends on the music. It depends on the scene. But yeah, I would say usually the music is my favorite part. And then the dance expression to that music, if that makes sense. I love social dancing, especially as a social outlet, because I tend to be a very anxious person. And even though I'm like bubbly and outgoing and like to talk to people, I still struggle with a lot of anxiety, social anxiety. And dancing is such a lovely way to connect with people without the necessity of talking, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of just allows you to be present and to have that social engagement without,
Yeah, you can release your anxiety without having to talk about it.
Right.
Without having to let the other person know that you're anxious.
Right.
And you're moving so that you're getting all that energy out.
Yeah, exactly. And you still get to be social and around other people without feeling like, oh, I have to be on and I have to entertain these people with whatever is going to come out of my mouth, you know?
And there's a general like rules of etiquette. Like we're here at this event in this building in this room to dance, and here are the things that typically happen.
Right, exactly.
You dance or you don't dance or you
Right.
socialize, but there's a rule book of here are the things that generally happen. And you're
Right,
comfortable
exactly.
in those, in that in the rules of the event.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. There's very clear expectations, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like if you've been to a social dance event, you know what to expect, right? Like you're going into something that you've been to before, so there is that freedom within those, that structure, right? Because structure can allow for a lot of freedom, right? Versus like if you're just out in the open, just not knowing what to expect, or I feel like that's where a lot of the anxiety comes from, right? If it's like, oh, I'm going to something with a bunch of people I don't know. I don't know what they want to talk about. I don't know, if I'll be interesting or if I'll be interested by them. Maybe I'll be bored. With dancing, it's like, show up and dance, and, you can talk about dance. It's very easy to find common ground because you're all coming from some sort of dance background. So, yeah.
Yeah, versus in the real world. Oh, it's sunny. Did I bring a hat?
Right.
The park. To get gas. Be hungry.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
I forgot the shoes for the specific activity.
And then socializing outside of dance, it's a lot of small talk, which there's obviously small talk in dance scenes as well. I guess it is small talk to be like, oh, what's your dance background? Versus like, oh, it's sunny today, right? like,
Yeah, at dance events you can cut to the chase.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just go.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a more personal. So yes, small talk, but it's more personal small talk. So it's like getting to know somebody a lot more than, oh, did you enjoy the rain yesterday? Versus, no, tell me about your dance background. This is something that you're passionate about, and something that maybe you're new to. So you're coming in with that fresh excitement, and that comes across in the conversation. Or maybe it's something that you've been doing for years, and then you're telling me about your childhood, and then it's like, okay, now we're friends. It's so easy. It's just, yeah, it's great.
So you've done Lindy Hop and Ballroom and now Fusion. Music's been a big part of that. What type of music do you like? What's your taste?
I like all kinds of music, as long as it's good, if that makes sense. But my specific, what I gravitate towards is R&B and EDM. And theater. I love theater music. That was, a big part of my childhood as well as doing theater. But yeah, I love anything with a good beat. I love jazz. I have such a wide range of music that I listen to that it's hard to pinpoint. Because it's very eclectic. But I guess I would say my main ones are R&B and EDM.
And you DJ for Fusion as well, right?
I do, yes. Yes. It's
How's that journey? How's that impacted your dance journey?
It's honestly been so amazing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I started DJing, let's see, probably about 5 years ago, just coming out of COVID. My friend and I did a house party, and we made the playlist together, and one of our friends was like, oh, I'm starting a dance venue. Will you DJ for that? And I was like, yeah, totally. So started doing that, and I was like, wait, this is the best thing ever, to be able to dance to like songs that I know and love. I feel like has really it's just fun and exciting to it brings a different level of expression because you know the song already, you know what's gonna happen, so you can plan a little bit more. I think that it's helped me in my learning how to lead, because I know the pattern in the song, so I'm like, oh, this move can work well, I can hit this beat with this move, so it's just so fun to dance to songs that you know.
Yeah.
It's so fun to dance to songs that you don't know, don't get me wrong, but it's just, brings another level to it, right?
Yeah, it's satisfying dancing to songs you love, but when you play for other people and they enjoy it too,
exactly.
It's another level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, that flood of endorphins, right? Because you're bringing something that you're passionate about. Going back to love languages, something I would say outside of dance, one of my primary love languages is, let me share this thing that I love with you. So whether that's a movie or a book or a song, I've been sharing songs with friends for forever. I would have certain friends were probably so drained and sick of me because I'd be like, wait, I just found this album, or you got to listen to the dissonance in this song. Wait, but that reminds me I have to show you this song too. And it's just we're just sitting there for an hour listening to music, and I just get so nerdy about it, and I love to share that.
Yeah. It's DJing is terrifying. Makes you anxious.
Oh,
At
totally.
the same time, you have the ability to control the mood
Right.
of an event, and it exercises your creativity, your technical skills, and also your ability to like read the room.
Right.
Are people
True.
enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also another avenue for self-expression. If you're, sometimes you can reflect your own mood through your sets, right? Like, obviously thinking about what will people respond to, but also it's like, oh, I'm feeling like really sad today. Should I put more like sad songs in this so I can, it's very therapeutic where you're like, okay, I'm sharing this emotion with other people without them necessarily knowing that that's my emotion, but it's an outlet and it's also an invitation for them to process that emotion if it relates to them. But again, like as a DJ, you also have to think, okay, but are people going to respond to this too? Like, I don't want to bring down the vibe, or it's also like you curate a playlist depending on what time of the night. If it's like the first hour of the night, you're like, okay, we're hyping people up, we're getting people into it. If it's maybe like a 1 a.m. set, maybe you're playing a lot more melodic, more just quieter, more micro type songs, or maybe you're trying to wake people up again, like, so it's very fun.
And the beauty of DJing to events for fusion events, you can play almost any song in the world. Pretty much any song in the world, and it's valid because it's a fusion event.
Right.
And you can play songs from theater.
Right.
Combine them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's that is one of my favorite things about fusion, is that it's so adaptable. You can, because for certain dances like tango or salsa, it's a very specific sound. There has to be a certain rhythm, or waltz, right? It has to always be in 3/4 or 6/8 or whatever, So in fusion, you can play a waltz song, a salsa song, a tango song. You can play a theater song. You can play jazz. You can play whatever you want and still be able to dance to it because of the, I don't want to say lack of structure, but lack of like a basic movement. There's so much freedom in fusion dancing because there's not a specific basic step, right? So it's just very, again, freeing.
Yeah. Yeah, fusion events kind of simplify dancing to connection and basic techniques of like weight shifts and framing and pivots, and at the same time for music, it breaks it down to, is this song pleasant to dance to? Do I want to move to this?
Right.
It could be of any genre.
Right.
And as long as you and hopefully most people in the room feel that they can, then it can work.
Right. Yeah.
So speaking of theater, how has like theater affected the way you partner dance? Has it integrated itself into the way you want to move? How has that?
I would say honestly the opposite, of more so that partner dance has helped my theater dance, because I've always struggled with choreography. I'm not the fastest at picking up choreography, and in theater I only did a few musicals that had dance numbers in them. Definitely having some, like, I did a show, All Shook Up, which has a lot of like jazz swing type of songs, and that having done swing really helped with that. But I would say having partner dance, I guess, alongside fusion or alongside theater, I developed skills just socially that I could bring to the stage, right? Where I was like, okay, I feel more comfortable dancing. I feel more in tune with the music versus in my head about the steps. And if there's partner dancing in the show, right? Like I've done a couple of shows where there are ballroom scenes, and it's so much easier having that foundation of partner dancing that I can bring to the stage, where it's like, okay, yes, you're working with another person. You got to listen to what they're leading, or if you're leading, you have to make it. Yeah, exactly. So I would say more yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What type of theater songs do you play for fusion? Are they?
I don't know if I have actually. Yeah, I don't think I have really brought that in, but I'm gonna think about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for you.
Yeah. Now my mind is increasing. I was like, wait, there's so many.
What song can I use?
Yeah.
That would be appropriate.
Definitely more. Now, I feel like in more recent years, theater has evolved. I mean, of course, but to a lot more modern music. So I think that there are probably a lot more options out there that are more curated to the scene, I guess, than when I was listening to like things like Les Miserables or The Phantom of the Opera. Those things are, obviously you can dance to them.
Yeah.
But
definitely
might throw people a little bit, but that's part of the fun. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about that a lot more now.
Yeah, songs from Phantom of the Opera are great to dance to.
Yes. So fun. Did you also do theater?
I did not.
Okay.
I wish I did. I was shy and I did sports.
Oh, that's great too. I didn't do sports.
But I wish I had the chance to kind of push myself and be comfortable with speaking in front of a camera or speaking in public.
Yeah.
Putting myself out there and being like in the spotlight by myself with people when I was more young. It would have helped me probably get more confidence in doing it. And also just to be more playful.
Yeah, I can see that.
I didn't discover partner dancing really fully until after college. So I feel like during my high school and college years, I was finding places to play, beyond sports, obviously.
Right.
But didn't have that outlet.
Right. Because, of course, with sports, it's still performative as well, right? It can be.
But it's competitive.
But it's competitive. Exactly. And it's literally a sports game.
Yeah.
So it's a game you're playing, but
you're not necessarily
it's a different.
Being playful when you play.
Right. Exactly. So, but I'm sure that also helped your dance because of the athleticism of sports, right? And also the discipline.
Yeah, enjoying the notion of repetition and being able to have good awareness of mind and body control. Like, I can do this, my body can do that because I know how to do that because sports has allowed me to be very flexible or have good hand-eye coordination or body awareness. So
yeah, all very essential for dancing. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you're starting to lead. How is that?
Yes, it's going all right. It's it's very fun. I think I need to attend more classes and workshops as a lead. I think dance has an amazing ability to bring up areas in your life that you need to work on, like different struggles, right? Like with anxiety, sometimes I catch myself just kind of brushing or not playing with the tempos as much, not slowing down enough. And so that can be a challenge for me. But again, it brings it to the surface. So I'm like, oh, this is cool that I now recognize as an anxious person, I'm rushing or, oh, I got to think of the next move instead of staying present in the moment, listening to the music, letting the music and your partner kind of
it's okay to take your
have
time.
an input in what you're doing, right? So it's just such a useful tool to help with things outside of dance, right? And so recognizing that has been a really big step, I think, in showing me what I need to work on in my leading. But it's such a fun skill to have, to be able to lead and follow and make it more of a conversation dance. And I want to push myself more to do that. At the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I showed up to dance. So I'm going to, at least I showed up, but I'm tired right now. I'll just be lazy and follow, because that's where my comfort zone is. But I have amazing friends who push me to lead more often. And that's just been great. And I think my next step is just slowing down, being more confident, asking follows to dance, and just being more clear and direct in my leading, and just more intentional. So it's going all right.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to do more of it.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And the good thing about learning to lead and follow is your lead will help with your following and vice versa.
Yeah,
You'll
absolutely.
develop empathy toward the other role.
Right.
And then, like you mentioned, which I'm glad you did, is you can start to switch dance with people and dance with an individual at a different level, as if you're just only fixed in one role.
Right. Yeah, and this might be a unpopular opinion, but as since I've been leading, sometimes, if I mess something up as a follow and apologize for it, I've gotten many leads say, oh, it's always the lead's fault. And I was like, well, now that I've been leading, that's not necessarily true, right? I was like, I think, and as a follow, I'm like, actually, that was on me. So maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think it's still a way to be like, no, that was to take accountability versus on either side, which of course it's a social dance. You can make mistakes, just have fun with it. It's not that important, right? The important thing is to just have fun and not worry about little missteps here and there, as long as everyone is safe on the dance floor. Yeah.
Let's dig on that for a second. Fault, right? Whose fault is it?
Right.
That? What does fault really mean in a dance context? So, fault is who's to blame for this pattern, this thing to go wrong, and what is wrong?
Right.
Wrong and
true. No, these are great points.
There's different ranges of faults and what is wrong and what is right, and what is correct.
Yeah.
And what is credit too, right?
Right.
If
True.
we're talking about
True.
It's always the leader's fault. Who gets all the credit?
True.
So, I feel like this could be an unpopular opinion, and I'm just thinking about this right now. It's always both parties blame, fault,
I agree.
credit.
Yeah.
Both people get to determine what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Because I like your point too about the credit, right? That's a good counter argument. Like it's if it's always the lead's fault, that it's always the lead who gets all the credit, and it's a partner dance. You're both contributing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and especially I guess in a fusion context where fusion is basically people dancing to, like we mentioned, various genres of music, and there isn't necessarily a specific step that you have to do all the time and basic patterns. If say we were dancing and we only dance with like pinky to pinky connection, and we're just dancing from here,
Right.
and for 3 minutes, that's all we did. We can agree that, oh, that was terrible, or we can think it's great. But it's about what we both collectively agree
Right.
is the dance
No,
that we
it's
wanted
true.
to do. And if that,
Yeah.
that was our intention, and we had the best pinky to pinky connection dance,
Yeah.
then who could say that it was bad?
True. True. And also, I feel like some of the best moves have come out of not misreading what the other person was leading. And then it turns into something else.
Yeah.
And then you both go, wait, that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
The best things sometimes come out of unexpected outcomes.
Yes.
Say.
Yes. Yes. Again, one of the beautiful things about partner dancing, specifically in fusion as well, like it's just it's so adaptable. So, yeah.
We'll never know what our bodies can do together until we try.
Right.
And eventually you'll find the limit, and you may push the edge and hurt yourself, injure yourself, where it doesn't turn out the way you want to. But how do you know unless you push the limit and go to the line?
Right.
Where is the
right.
line?
Yeah.
So you mentioned partner dancing has helped work on your anxiety generally. Has it affected anything else in your life?
I mean, it's been such a huge part of my life for so long. It's, yeah, I would say it influences probably, you know, it's all connected. Everything's interconnected with your, yeah, in all areas of my life, I would say it's definitely, it's taught me to be more present in general. You know, I feel like it's very easy to get swept up in what I need to do next, you know, of like, especially as an anxious person or like struggling with ADHD or whatever it is. It's like, okay, I got, you know, have a list of things going on in my mind. And sometimes I catch myself at dance being like, oh, I want to make sure I dance with this person. Or I see somebody else on the dance floor. I'm like, oh, I haven't danced with them yet. And then I have like a list going on. Like I'm like, wait, take a step back.
Yeah.
Enjoy this dance. Be in this moment, because don't chase the experience. That's one of the best advice I've been given for actually, that was, someone gave me that advice for a music festival of don't chase the experience. Don't like be eager to get to the next stage. Don't like, just enjoy where you're at in that moment. And taking that into all aspects of my life, but especially at dance, of like, you're having a great time right now in this dance. Just sit here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what comes next. You'll deal with that when it comes. So just keeping that, you know, has helped with like mindfulness. You know, it's just such great exercise, which helps your overall health. It's such a good social outlet. Has helped me develop my social skills. And just by going to dances and talking to people from all over the place, you know, like from all different cultures, all different experiences. And just, I also feel like dance often attracts a lot of people who are neurospicy. You know, like a lot of people with ADHD or neurodivergence, and it's just very welcoming to all people. You know, it's just, and it's such a great just opportunity to connect with people from totally different backgrounds of your own, from similar backgrounds. You have something in common. You just, and I feel like that translates to all areas of my life, you know? And it's also just something that I can invite people to, especially DJing. Because I feel like there's so many times when you meet someone for the first time when you're like, oh yeah, it'd be great to hang out. What should we do? We can get coffee, you know, like there's like the normal things, but it's so fun to be able to be like, hey, I have this dance scene where everyone's welcoming and we have an activity that we can do, and it's great to have something that I can readily invite people to. And it's just, again, going back to, I love sharing what I love, so it makes me so happy to be able to bring people to dance for the first time and see them sometimes be a little hesitant and be like, oh, this is different, and then be like, wait, but this is really cool. So, yeah. I don't know if that really answers your question,
but a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love dancing, partner dancing in particular, because it doesn't really matter. Well, it matters if you're competing and if you have goals to be a teacher, but it doesn't really matter what your level is.
Right.
You can have fun dancing with your grandma who doesn't know how to dance.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can dance with someone else's grandma who also doesn't know how to dance.
Totally.
And it could be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very, yeah, I know I've said this word a lot, but adaptable. It's very, just freeing in that really all you have to do is listen to music, and the music will often tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a language you can share without the other person necessarily knowing the other language you're speaking fluently.
Right, right. It's very communicative without having prior knowledge of it.
Yeah. You can carry someone throughout the conversation, which is kind of unique.
It is, yeah.
Like, I wonder, I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
If we're speaking French.
Right.
I don't know any French. You just speak French to me. I don't know if I can necessarily hang with you.
Right, right.
But if you know how to dance and I don't know how to dance, but you lead me and you have a good positive energy and you're encouraging with your voice, but also your body, I can have a good time.
Yeah,
and
no, absolutely.
Not dance at all.
Absolutely. I feel like I've experienced that a little bit with just, dancing in different, I guess mostly in the U.S., just dancing. But I met some people in New York. We did some dancing, and they maybe don't speak fluent English.
Yeah.
But you can understand each other in a different way, just through dance.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to be able to have that conversation through dance. And that connection without, takes away a lot of barriers. Which you can also express a lot of emotions through dance without any words, right? So you can convey so much just through movement and through music that you might not be able to otherwise.
Yeah, for those who may struggle or aren't comfortable expressing what they feel or their intellectual thoughts
Right.
in words, they have this outlet to express through movement, whether it's with yourself or with a partner.
Right.
And sometimes specific songs or genres or specific dance styles encourages specific types of conversations to be had or expressions to be shared.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you have a lot to say, you can say it with
Right.
your words or you can say it with your body.
Right, right. Going back to what you said earlier about what makes a dance really memorable. Well, I think you said what makes a dance good, but
But what is good?
but yeah, exactly. But I would say some of the most memorable dances have been probably with my sister, just like knowing that we're both having really big emotions, going through something, or the song really is very relatable to whatever we're going through at the time. And the dance might be minimal movement, more of like a long hug, but with just like feeling the music and being in that moment and just feeling all the emotion that emits from the other person is very memorable. And also being able to emote as well without saying anything. Because it's like there's nothing, sometimes there's nothing to say, but you can just dance and you have that catharsis, right? Yeah. I feel like those have been some of the most memorable where, you know, there's big emotion there, which can be positive or negative emotion, right? But to be able to convey that and or receive that is very powerful.
Yeah. You're expressing lots of different layers of feelings, emotions, energies, things that are measurable and things that are not.
Right.
But also you're receiving those things too.
Right.
And you can do it at the same time as well.
Right.
Or also not at all and let the other person say a lot or say everything.
Totally.
And switch at the drop of a hat to you know, yourself sharing a lot. So it's very, very dynamic in that way.
Absolutely. I remember, well, because obviously with my sister, she knows me probably better than anyone. So it's easy to tap into what she's feeling. It's easy for her to tap into what I'm feeling. But even if it's not somebody you know well, you can still emote that, and people can pick up on it, right? Another very memorable dance was with somebody that I had briefly met, but I was, feeling a little anxious, didn't see anyone that I knew. I was like, I saw him and I was like, hey, can we dance? You seem like a very safe person to have a reset dance with, like a small, comforting dance, right? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like, great. And I just was able to release all of that emotion. And I feel like he received it and was like, it was what I needed in that moment. It was perfect. And I was like, thank you. I didn't have to say anything. I'd just be like, hey, I just need a comfortable, cozy dance. I just, and that's all that was needed to be said. And then I could just let that out and then carry on with the night. And it's just very beautiful and powerful.
You communicated what you hoped to have happen during this dance conversation, and the person on the other end received it, understood it, and allowed the conversation to go in that
Right. So, yes, obviously it can be very helpful to verbalize things before a dance. So it's not always necessary to use your words to convey something, but it can also be helpful, right?
Just to add extra clarity.
Exactly. Which you can also go into a dance being like, yeah, this is my energy that I'm bringing to it. And if they pick up on that, great. Or we can just have a dance, But if it's somebody that you feel comfortable saying, hey, can we have this type of dance together? And then they're comfortable to say, yeah, absolutely. Or, oh, that's not what I'm feeling right now. It's just, it's a gift.
It's powerful to kind of encourage the terms of the conversation without saying anything.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's, I think it's a sign of true friendship when you can say, hey, can I just sit in silence with you? And then when you're able to say, hey, can we just dance in silence? But then you can say a lot without saying something verbally.
Yeah.
No, dance is the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yep.
2 more questions for you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned one of the things you're working on is leading. Do you have any other dance goals at the moment? Do you want to perform? Do you want to teach? Do you want to compete? Do you want to...
I think I just want to dance more often than I do now. Another great thing about DJing is having the commitment to show up, you know what I mean? Because it is hard to get yourself out of the house sometimes at like 8 p.m., you know, like dances start later. But for my personality, at least, I'm like, it's getting late. Like, if I'm not already out, it's hard to leave at that hour. But if I have that commitment, then I go, you know, like and I go and have a great time. But I think so just getting myself more excited to just go and dance in general, without having that prior commitment, just to make that commitment to myself and follow through. And I want to learn more Zouk. That's probably my main dance goal in the future. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment. And then we'll see
more.
from there. Yeah, dance more.
Dance more. It's a good goal to have.
Yeah. Yeah, because it does just, enriches my life so much. And yeah, it's just the best. So, yeah.
Yeah, the late night dances or partner dances generally start around 8 and go to midnight, but some dances go way beyond midnight.
Right.
And sometimes you lose track of time, and
Yeah, no, exactly.
1 a.m. like, oh no, I have to get up at 7 tomorrow.
Right.
Where'd the time go? So it's, it can be a hobby or a passion or not a distraction, but a something you get obsessed over.
Yes.
And it will affect other aspects.
Yes. I will say dance is highly addictive. You know, so, and you can, you know, and anything can be used or abused, right? So if you're using it to just escape, and then it's, you know, bleeding into your other responsibilities and affecting it negatively, then obviously there's an issue there. But something that I have to keep in mind too is, okay, but you've been inside all week, you know, every evening. This is going to help your other commitments by going, you know, so it's all about balance, right? So I think dancing more is still a good, you know, goal for me to have, obviously within reason, but yeah.
Yeah, if you dance more, you'll exercise and you may get some anxiety out, and then you'll sleep better, and then when you sleep better, then you have a better day, and it just trickles down.
Yep, absolutely. And also that like socialization, you know, often I feel like people are very like friendly and welcoming and comfortable, at least in my experience at most dances that I go to, you know, and also very complimentary about like your dancing or if I'm DJing, you know, and it's nice to get that like confidence boost. And also you just gain confidence from dancing, just from, you know, regardless. And that can carry you throughout the rest of the week sometimes, you know what I mean? If you're dancing so much on the weekend, and then it can really, give you the boost that you need. So, yeah.
It can recharge you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So as we wrap up, do you have any advice for those who are new to dancing, who haven't danced yet? Any, you know, steps or things they should keep in mind to get their dance journey started?
I would say just get out there and do it. You know, if you're hesitating, just know that you gotta just try it, you know, to be able to determine whether or not it's for you, right? So if you haven't been before and you're like, maybe, I say just do it. You know, just
you won't know until
give it a shot.
try.
Exactly. And also, like, just keep in mind, no one really cares how you do. You know what I mean? They're just excited to share it with you. Like, most people, just in general in life, are just worrying about themselves, right? Like, they're not. This is what I tell myself anyway. Like, nobody's worrying about you. Like, why are you worrying about what other people think? You know, everyone's worrying about themselves. No one really cares what you do. You know, they're not going to remember tomorrow. You might, but like, they won't. Nobody's thinking about it after the fact. So just go and have a good time. And I say this as advice for myself, but dance like nobody's watching, you know? Just, yeah, just embrace the experience. And yeah, know that there are friendly people around, and we're all just there to share the love of dance. So come check it out.
Yeah, when you first start dancing, especially with a room full of beginners, and if you're first starting dancing, you're probably a beginner. Everyone is anxious and scared themselves and
Right.
thinking about what they're doing and not necessarily judging you.
Right, exactly. And anyone who is judging you isn't really worth your time anyway, right? Like, well, right, like, but that's more to critique and help you, right? Like, not to judge you. I think just props for showing up, regardless of your skill level or where you're at in your journey. You know, I think just showing up and being open to the experience is the best thing you can do for yourself, right?
Going to your first partner dance class and event is super scary.
Yeah, it can be. It can be very intimidating.
You are going into a room, say you don't know anybody, full of strangers. There's this big room, lots of music, maybe hopefully lots of people, and you have to ask a stranger to dance.
Yeah.
And you have to be comfortable with your body, but they have to be comfortable with their body.
Right.
And then two strangers connect and try to create something together.
Yeah.
That's very, very challenging and scary.
Yeah.
But once you get over that, then other first-time fears and other things that you want to try to do become easier.
Yes. The more you do something, right? Like it'll become easier and easier. And yeah, like you said before, you won't know until you try it. And just maybe it'll be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good phrase to go out on.
Yeah.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
good
do it.
for you.
All right.
Well, thank you, Jules, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching this latest episode of Dance Brain, where we talk about the beauty of partner dancing. And we'll see you on the next episode.